Okay, good morning. This is Professor David Delos Reyes. My topic for this morning will be I am on the long form video format algebra. Okay, and for this morning it will now be lesson number 2. The last time around, I have discussed the fundamental operations. Okay, so for this morning, I will now be discussing a new topic. It's still a continuation of fundamental operation. Okay, let's proceed. This is algebra lesson number 2. Okay, the title of lesson number 2 will be equation parts, solution, meaning what is a solution. Okay, and example problems, excuse me, using fundamental operations. Okay, let's try to continue. Equation parts. In algebra, you should know what is an equation. An equation is actually, I will give you an example. This will be an example of an equation. Okay? The parts of an equation are actually, since this is basic algebra, we must have to discuss this one, okay? The parts of an equation, there are actually 4. The first one is 2. This number 2 over here. Okay? This 2 here is multiplied by x. And if we try to consider this an equation, the proper term for this 2 here is coefficient. Excuse me. Coefficient of x. Because coefficient of x, because the variable beside it is x. Okay? What's next? The other part of an equation is the unknown variable. The unknown variable is actually x. So if you see an x over here, we call that the unknown variable. Okay? What's the third one? The third one is actually this 6 here. 6. Okay? We call 6 to be a constant. Okay? And the fourth one is actually this equal sign over here. We term this one as equal sign. Okay? Because for an equation, for it to be an equation, there should be an equal sign, equality. So if you are given the term or the function 2x, or equation rather, 2x plus 6 equal to 0, we call this an equation. Okay? What is a solution of an equation? The definition of a solution is the value of the variable that will make the equation true. Meaning, if this is an equation, what is x? X is actually the value of the variable, okay, that will make the equation true. Okay? It will make the equation true, meaning the left hand side will be equal to the right hand side. For it to be considered a solution, okay, the value of the left hand side should be equal to the right hand side. That is the meaning of this two here. Okay? So we now know what's an equation, what are the parts of an equation, and what is the solution of an equation. Because without knowing this, we could not proceed with algebra. Okay, let's try to bring out an example problems involving the 4 fundamental operations for the meantime. Actually, there are 6, but for tonight, I will be giving examples for the first 4 fundamental operations. Okay. Example number 1. Example number 1, the given equation is x plus 12 equal to 16. As always, in algebra, we are solving for the unknown variable x or y. The variable here is actually x. So this is an equation. We got the variable, we got the constant, we got the constant. The problem is asking what will be the value of the x for it to be equal to 16. Okay, so the problem is asking find for the value of x. For the solution, you'll do it like this, right? Example, find, solution. It's always what they call this a systematic way of presenting it, right? So we are given the problem is asking for the answer. So what's next will be the solution. Or just do it vertically downward, okay? So if you could write as neat as possible, okay, it is good. Okay, let us bring out the solution. X plus 12 equal to 16. I just rewrite it. Okay. X plus 12 minus 12. This should be equal to 16 minus 12. Why did I subtract negative 12 over here? I subtract negative 12 sorry for this one. I subtract negative 12 for the sum of these to be 0. Because I want to remove the other components on the left hand side. So what will remain will just be simply the unknown we are looking for. That's why I subtracted negative 12. Okay? And what fundamental operation we use over here? It is subtraction. Right? So this is an example problem involving the fundamental operation, subtraction. Right? So x plus 12 minus 12, this should be equal to 16 minus 12. This is also minus 12. In algebra, we could do this. What you will do on the left, do it on the right. For the equality, for the status quo, the equality to be not changed. So if you subtract negative 12 on the left, you do it also on the other side for it to be balanced, because you cannot subtract negative 12 here without placing negative 12 on the right hand side. That's a violation. You are changing the problem already. So as a rule in algebra, what you will do on the left, do it on the right. So we subtract negative 12 on the left, we subtract negative 12 on the right. And if we try to simplify this one now, that's why I told in my short videos that after the subtraction or addition, there should be some simplification. Okay, so after the subtraction of negative 12, we try to simplify. So the term for that is actually simplification. Simplification, right? Use your knowledge of simplification. So 12 minus 12 is actually 0. So actually this cancels, right? So what remains on the left will be x. And if you now try to perform the operation on the left hand side, or right hand side rather, okay, we are to perform the operation subtraction. That's a fundamental operation, right? Subtraction. So 16 minus 12 is actually 4. So our answer here is x is equal to 4. Okay? That's it. What fundamental operation is involved here? It is subtraction. Okay? With the given equation x plus 12 equal to 16, to find for the unknown, which is x, we must have to perform the operation, fundamental operation subtraction, for both the left and right. Okay? Example number 2. The given equation is 24 minus y is equal to 12. The variable here is actually y, or the unknown variable is y, right? So we got find for the value of y. Okay. Our unknowns are actually x and y or other variables. Okay. Any letters of the alphabet will be fine, right? So to bring out the solution, 24 minus y is equal to 12. I just rewrite it. Then I will add plus y for both the left and right. 24 minus y plus y should be equal to 12 plus y. I make a plus y over here and I make a plus y over here. So I am not violating anything. With respect to this equality sign, the equality will still be the same because what I did on the left is also what I did on the right. And what I did is that I performed the operation addition. So this is now a fundamental operation addition. That is termed to fundamental operation. We add a plus y on the left, we add a plus y on the right, and after the addition of the plus y, this negative y cancel with this. What remains on the left will just be simply a pure constant 24, and this should be equal to. For the right hand side, it will be a constant 12 plus y. We are not yet on the final value of y because there is a component also on the right hand side which is adjacent to y because we are only interested in the value of y. So to compute for y, okay, I must have to eliminate this 12 here. So what will I do is that 24 minus 12 equal to 12 minus 12 plus y. To eliminate this 12 here, I must have to subtract negative 12, but I must have to place negative 12 on the left hand side. So after the subtraction of negative 12 on the right hand side, this cancels. Right? Minus 12 minus 12. What you will do on the left, do it on the right. So the right hand side will become 12 minus 12, which is now 0, plus y. And 24 minus 12 is 12. And this should be equal to y. Rearranging, y now will be equal to 12. So what fundamental operation have we done under example number 2? It is addition. Right? Example number 3. The given equation is x times 4 equal to 20. This small thing like this, just a small one. This is multiplication, right? Or it could be a dot. This is also a multiplication, right? What they are doing on computers is actually they put a small x. I don't know because I usually solve problem on the blackboard, right? So this capital letter X times 4 and this should be equal to 20. The problem is asking what will be the value of x. Okay. X times 4 is 4x, right? So 4x now should be equal to 20. The problem is asking for the value of x, right? So to find for the value of x alone without the 4, okay, we must have to eliminate this 4 here for us to compute only for the value of x. So what do we do? 4x divided by division on computers or right is actually like this. That's why you always commit mistakes on the PEMDAS shorts videos because of this. Because if we write on the board, we do not do like this. We just put like that that's considered to be division. But on the computer or online, we use like this. So I just follow what's on the computer, right? So 4x divided by 4 equal to 20 divided by 4. I will divide both the left member and the right member by 4. Okay? Oh, it seems the computer is making us naive, right? If I will try to simplify this one, it should be 4x divided by 4 is actually just over 4 like that. But on the computer, they write it like this, right? But the better way to do this is actually over 4. Okay, and this should be equal to 20. This is also division. This is all over 4. Because if we write on the board, it is like this. But on the computer, they do it like this. Right? It's awkward. That's why we commit mistakes. Students commit mistakes due to this writing. Right? So if we divide both sides of the equation by 4, this cancels, right? So what remains on the left will be x. And 20 over 4 is 5. And that will be our answer. So what fundamental operation have we used over here? The fundamental operation is actually division. Right? The first one is subtraction, this is addition, this is division. It involves only one fundamental operations because there are problems in which all the fundamental operations from addition, subtraction, multiplication, division are involved in the problem. But for this given example, I just presented in an example which involves one fundamental operation. So the first one is subtraction, addition, this is division. Okay, the last one for this morning. Y divided by 4 equal to 7. If we write on the blackboard, they write it like this on the computers or online. But if we write it as we are acting as professors, we do it like this. Okay, equal to 7. But on computers, they write it like this. It's awkward. It's better than this. Because on the computer or online, you cannot write like this, right? Like a human person, right? So I will read this. Y divided by 4 equal to 7. And the problem is asking what's the value of y. Okay? Right? So I just write this one because I am on the board, right? Y divided by 4, okay, is equal to 7. So if I will try to compute for y, this is equal to 7. I will try to compute for y, I must have to eliminate this for here. So I will try to multiply this by 4. This is multiplied by 4. Okay? So I now perform the operation, fundamental operation. What did I do? Multiplication, right? Multiplication. Because this is division, the third one. So y over 4 times 4 should be equal to 7 times 4. What you will do on the left, do it on the right. So this cancels. What remains on the left now will be y. And for the right, it will be 7 times 4. And that is 28. That is our answer. So this one, it involves the fundamental operation multiplication. The first one is actually subtraction. Okay, that's it, guys. Okay, so for tonight, our topic will be the definition of equation. What is the solution of an equation? And 4 example problems that involves the fundamental operation subtraction for the first one, addition for the second one, division for the third one, and multiplication for the fourth one. So for those of you who are just starting to study algebra, okay, just be patient, okay? You follow this, you will pass algebra. Okay. So for those who are taking up algebra, you can subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/@ProfDavidJDelosReyes. I'll be having a long form video discussions or lectures on algebra from start to finish, right? And if you want to share it, please click share. Good morning from Los Angeles.